Hi there, in this video we'll cover such a useful thing as a test fixtures. Fixtures are used to set up the environment for each test. They can be used for established and closed database connection, making temporary files, or perform any action needs before and after test running. Let's look some example of very simple bookstore service. There is a bookstore class with a constructor which takes list of available books. This service provides some features such as search for specific book and also ability to buy one. After that, as book will be sold, it will remove from the available book list. So let's create some tests for this service. So let's import the Unittest library to the project. Also, we will need the bookstore service class. Then create a new test case called the bookstore test case. Now, before start to write the test methods, we have to prepare a bookstore instance and add some books. And although we can perform this action at the beginning of every test method, but it can be some exhausting and lead to the appearance of lots of errors, so it's a good place to use the Unittest Fixtures. Here we're going to perform the class level fixture method called the setup class. This method will execute before all test method of current test case class one time and share the state of the class object among all the test cases. So let's define the store instance with a book list just here. Alright, now our store instance will be available for all tests within current test case, so let's write the test for the findBook method. The findBook method can search a book by name with a case sensitivity or without one, so we will cover both cases separately. So let's call the findBook method and pass some search text with the upper and lower case letters in arbitrary order. Here we'll define a list of books expected to be received from store by our request. So it shall be match all the books which have the dev substring in the name. So let's set the case sense argument to false to be sure the method will work in case insensitivity mode. And finally, we'll use an assert equal method to compare the found variable with expected one. Let's run our test. And it says OK, so it seems the method works correctly. Alright, let's copy this test. And make some change to test how this method will work in the case sensitivity mode, so now we set it true. And let's find something. We have a dev entry start with uppercase. It seems the devs course book shall be found. Let's run it now. Excellent, no bugs here. Alright, now let's add the test of book sailing. This time we'll buy a book and then try to find it in the store to be sure the book no longer available after sold. Let's call the buy method. And for example, we want to buy the DWebSco's book. Here we expect the book will no longer be available in the store, so let's just show all the books like this. Now we're going to use an assert not in method to check the book is not present in received book list, so we just pass in the book name and the book list as the second argument. Okay, let's run it. Ah, it says 2 failures now. Seems the first 2 tests don't pass, but what happened here? It looks like someone changed the store content before the first 2 tests were run. And that's alright, since the test loader does not guarantee run each test in order we define them, we should to organize our test code that all tests will not depend from each other and also from the order they will run. In the last test method we called buy method, we just removed the sold book from the store, which defined it as a class attribute, so it shared between all the test method in current test case, which caused test broken. And the first solution we can apply to resolve the problem is to buy another book for this case. For example, we can take the Java for Dummies because it's not used in any test before. And yes, it works now. And although we can't just stop on this, but I would like to show you one more flexible way to get the same result. So let's go back to previous test params again. But this time we're going to apply the instance level fixture called setup. The main difference between instance level fixtures and the class level one that first will execute before each test method of the test case class, so the store object will be reset before each test method's call. So let's just copy the store and define it in the setup fixture. Now we have to set the store object as an instance attribute. Run it. And it also works perfectly. Now we can also remove the store object from the class and use it just as an instance attribute by setup fixture. The setup and setup class methods have them opposites called the teardown and teardown class methods. The teardown called after each test method accordingly teardown class called after all test case methods. The both of them can be used to clean it after tests like a close database connection, remove files and another actions. Alright, so please use the setup and teardown fixtures if you need to prepare the environment for each individual test, or use the setup class fixtures and teardown one to share the state of object among all the test methods within test case.